Let's go ahead and start the meeting. Roll call, please.
Dwayne Eastman,
Here.
Kenyon Ginger, Dan Yukovich, Jay Warren,
Here.
Karen Welch.
Here.
Is there any deletions to the agenda?
No, sir.
Okay,
I move we approve the agenda.
I'll second it.
okay, motion been approved, the agenda. Any other discussion? Not all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Minutes, approve the March 16, 2018 regular minutes as written.
I so move that we approve March 16th, 2018 minutes as written.
I second it.
It's March 6th,
March 6th.
March, what'd I
6th,
say?
2018.
16th.
March 6th, 2018.
Any discussion on it? If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, business. First business, elect chair for 2019.
According to the bylaws, it says the chair shall be the same person as the mayor.
Sir, I move that we select the mayor as our chairperson.
I'll second it.
Any discussion?
You want to discuss it, Jay?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Select the vice chair.
I so move that it be the vice mayor, which is Karen Welch, Commissioner Welch.
I'll second that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, designate secretary for 2019.
The bylaws state this shall be the city clerk.
City clerk. I so move that the city clerk be the secretary for 2019.
And I'll second
I'll
that.
second that too.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And the treasurer?
The finance director of the city.
Her?
She's sitting in the back.
Yeah.
Kathy, I nominate Kathy Cornwell.
I second
For designate
it.
Kathy Cornwell.
I second. No further nominations.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Appoint officers, agents, and employees as required.
None needed.
Need any today, do we?
Review the bylaws and policies, directives.
We went over this at the study session. Is there any further questions in regards to this?
I have a question. I went through this. If a house is dilapidated and somebody's living in it, what is the process then? What do we do?
Well, we have several options. If it's in violation of our codes, of our property maintenance code or billing codes, depending on the level of dilapidation, we can issue a notice of them to repair, or in some instances, the house is so bad it's not safe to live in which case we do require them to vacate.
Okay.
And then we can go through designating it as a dangerous structure, which gives them time to repair, or possibly demolition, depending on if it's that bad. But hopefully someone would repair it and bring it back up to living standards. Let's say worst case scenario, the house is so dilapidated, they can't live there, they leave, and we never see them again. In that case, we would have to wait until foreclosure sale for non-payment of taxes, at which point then the land bank could buy it, and then we could hold it in the land bank for a better use if someone could rehabilitate it or something like that.
Well,
I don't know specifically what your question was.
When it comes to a land bank, there's not a lot we can do unless they deed the property to us.
Okay.
Are you
Outside of that,
are you
there's
speaking,
not much that we have as far as.
are you speaking about
authority.
the individual that's living in there?
Then, if there's an individual living in it, and I think I read this in there, if they come to the city and say, I'm having trouble making repairs on this house, what is our options to help them, or do we have options?
We would have the option to accept the deed, but otherwise, we really don't have options to help them
Well, we don't have money to
rehabilitate.
help them, right?
Right, we did have some grant money at one time through SCED that helped people rehabilitate their homes, but that wasn't through the land bank, that was just through the city.
It's all dried up now, too.
So there's nothing out there?
There's nothing out there for them, you know?
Nothing where the city's an avenue to provide funds.
City does not have that, okay.
Mhm.
I just kinda wonder if there was something, cause, you know, if they wanna get it fixed,
There's organizations out there.
you know.
There's ACES, and the high school has volunteers.
Some churches have
Some
helped in the
churches will
past.
help.
I understand that, I didn't know if there's anything that we could help them out with help them go get a grant. You see,
New things may come up all the time, but I don't know of anything currently.
okay,
The beauty of the land bank, though, why it's a benefit, is really to take blighted structures or vacant land or tax sale property. We can take ownership of it through the land bank, and then we don't have to pay any taxes on it at all. And currently, without the land bank, we would have to apply for a tax abatement every year. And under statute now, if the land bank, the new land bank takes title, it's instantly, taxes are all abated, and we don't have to do anything, it's automatic. And so it can provide a venue for us to take title to property at tax sale. It doesn't cost us anything because usually taxes are owed to us.
Right.
And so the taxes are wiped out, then it can sit there, all we have to do is mow and maintain the property until we can sell it to someone for appraised value.
Right.
So we can hopefully turn it around to someone that will ideally build some sort of house or structure on it and then add it back to the tax rolls.
so if we take deed on it, then, and those people, the people still live there,
I
Do they?
I
Do they-
would suggest that we do that.
well, I mean, I'm looking at different things, and they won't, and they don't have any place else to go.
We
And-
wouldn't accept the deed.
You wouldn't accept it? Okay,
No, this isn't meant to, for us to be a landlord to anybody. Really, the purpose is to, easily acquire and manage properties and
yeah,
then
well,
turn them over into, productive use properties.
okay, well, I just trying to think of different scenarios where someone comes, well, you got the land bank and can't you help us?
I would
So-
anticipate, two situations. One, we buy vacant land at tax sale, or, somebody may donate a property. Let's say someone wants to donate a property they think would be great for Habitat, but Habitat isn't ready for it, then the land bank could take title, and so it would be, taxes would be abated until Habitat can step in and build a house. Or perhaps that we buy a property with a structure on it at tax sale that's a good structure that, maybe there's so many taxes on it that the taxes exceed the value or something like that. We could take title, wipe out all of the taxes, turn it around and sell it to somebody for appraised value that will use the property and put it back on the tax rolls.
So we could, in that situation, we could buy that house, and if it's not too far gone, would we fix it up enough to sell it or not?
We,
Would
don't.
that be up to us?
could be an option. It would be up to you. That's not something that we anticipated the city would do because we've never hired someone to do that.
Don't wanna do that.
If we
but-
hire a contractor, it's usually to tear down a house that's getting ready to fall down.
But we could.
mean, if
It's
it's-
a possibility.
Yeah, okay,
And you are the Land Bank Board of Trustees, you can make those decisions. You did establish a budget, with the budget, but I think it's only $3,500.
yeah, it doesn't show much, but, I mean,
No,
it'd take a lot more money,
We
so,
anticipate that would be for mowing,
okay.
maybe some publication fees.
Question, if we just, some of these properties that we got on hand right now that people wants to buy or whatever, that they wanna build on and stuff, will that money stay in the land bank? Or will it-
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
So then that money would be used to maintain the properties that are in there and to purchase new properties. Mhm.
So, okay,
But the benefit of, if we purchase things at tax sale, usually we are owed most of the taxes or special assessments, so we actually don't have to pay anything out of pocket.
Okay.
Because let's say we're owed $400 in taxes, if we pay $200, we don't actually have to pay anything.
this is a question for Josh. How many properties out there that could fall into this category that we're talking about right now? I mean, that we don't have in the land bank, that,
You mean properties that we could purchase?
well, I mean, I guess the question is how many properties that may eventually fall into this thing that nothing's been done on, or do we know that?
No
It's hard
clue.
to tell.
That'd be considerable.
But yeah, there's certainly a lot of things that, code enforcement has significant issues with and could potentially be turned around to it. So the number could be very large if we really got into it.
What about, commercial structures that
They're eligible.
they're eligible? That they've got to not be banned? The taxes have to be way past due before we do anything with them, right?
The county makes that determination, and
The county?
usually taxes have been unpaid for 3 to 5 years, I think is their standard. Maybe perhaps longer. We've seen some where we've contacted the county and asked for them to proceed because the taxes have been unpaid for
I think
so
they need
long.
to be at least 3 years
Okay.
as a requirement.
Okay, is there any more questions on this? If not, let's go to number 7, receive and discuss annual budget.
And that's basically what it is, just $3,500, and there's not much of an annual report because we haven't done anything yet. But you're basically approving the budget for next year.
And this is the same amount, this is taken from your budget book when you adopted the city budget.
Do you think we ought to put more into that thing?
Not right now. I think we can sell some of these properties fairly quickly.
Okay. What happens if the property comes up that we don't have enough money in our budget?
We can bring that to the commission and discuss at that time.
Okay,
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay,
yeah, we'd have to do a budget amendment.
yeah.
This is our first year, so we're kind of,
they've already approved it as part of the budget.
right.
Okay,
That's just basically for maintenance of the properties that we have.
Correct.
Okay.
I think it has rental income, $1,000, and then,
It showed,
sale of property and then legal expenses is the way we title those at this
Yeah.
point.
I'm sure there'll be a budget amendment.
have we used any of that money yet? I mean,
Yeah.
okay. Just did number 8, approve deeds and transfers.
Well, we would request that you approve the budget. You approve the budget in your role as city commission, but not in your role as land bank board of trustees. They-
Oh, I'm sorry,
the-
yeah. Okay.
Same heads, different hats.
I so move that we approve the 2018 Land Bank annual budget.
I'll second that. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor say aye. Motion carries. Number 9, approve the deeds and transfers.
The city staff went through all of the properties that were in the old land bank and properties that we could add to that. And so we have prepared a deed that would transfer the following properties into the Land Bank Board of Trustees, which is 118 South 9th Street, 823 South C Street, 518 North D, 703 North D, 706 East Madison, 1438 North Summit, 501 South 6th Street, 801 North F Street, 901 East Kansas, 1333 North D Street, 1225 North 2nd Street, and 608 South 4th Street. So that would be a deed that would transfer.
What about 838 South F Street?
We already obtained a court order
okay.
that transferred that in. So that's being filed with the Register of Deeds, and that is in the packet. That property was transferred from the old land bank before we adopted the new one under Kansas statute. And the purchaser was supposed to build on it within 5 years, and they didn't do it. And then we requested that they just sign a deed back over to us, and they didn't do that either. So then we had to file a lawsuit to obtain the court order transferring title
That's the
back.
one that's right here.
Yes,
Okay.
it's in the packet.
Oh, that's the Wells
Yes.
property? Okay.
And we have included what was Brock Park in the land bank as well.
Okay.
I believe that one was on.
Is 901 East Kansas, is that the old grocery store?
I'm not sure what was that.
I don't know.
Oh, no,
either.
that's Frazie's Flower Farm, I bet.
No, that's the south side. It's actually directly to the west from White's Veterinary Clinic.
Oh, okay.
There's a vacant lot there.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe it was
Oh.
acquired as part of the Kansas overpass.
Oh, okay.
There it is up on the screen.
It's easier to look at this little thing.
The property that's in the floodplain, 118 South 9th Street.
Is there a floodplain?
Well, on this list, land bank property inventory, it says floodplain, yes. And
118 South 9th?
is that the old floodplain or is that
No,
current
it's
one?
current.
That's a current one.
Why is that in a floodplain?
That area is really low lying, and I think it's just kind of left over from the old one, seriously. But basically, the only reason it doesn't flood when we have heavy rains is because of those flood pumps. there.
Okay.
So if those were to fail, then the properties in that area would flood.
So is there any chance of us getting rid of that South 9th Street in East Kansas?
Potentially
Or-
sell, well, the East Kansas, not a problem. This portion, property would be more, if the adjoining neighbors want to purchase it.
Okay.
Yeah, I know that property.
Yeah, it's not that you couldn't develop that one, but it's gonna be expensive.
And it's,
Yeah,
has
well-
to meet elevation.
How much elevation would they have to raise, Josh, you know?
It was several feet.
Okay.
I don't remember the exact-
Very sandy.
Mhm.
And some of these, we discussed this at a staff meeting, some of them, the best use would be to see if an adjoining property would want
Interest,
that to
yeah.
extend their yard.
That's true.
Some of them would be good for commercial development, some of them would be good for housing. It just depends on what people are looking for. We did speak with a local realtor to see if they would be willing to sell them for us or pass it along, and then if they were able to sell it, give them a small commission, and they thought that's something they would be interested in. Because again, our goal is to get these to people that will then pay taxes and maintain them and put these vacant properties to a good use.
How are we gonna advertise them? Are we gonna advertise in the paper or?
It'll be advertised with the realtors.
Well,
Okay.
and we do publish the inventory one time per year by the end of January, but
Okay.
that's really the only advertising we would do.
Could we have a thing on our webpage just to, you know, of our properties, in case anybody could?
Yeah, I'll have this there too. And I'll be promoting it as just part of my regular duties, but it won't be published.
What do you just call land bank properties? I mean, okay.
Are these all vacant?
Yeah, all of these.
These are all vacant? I'm having trouble saying vacant today.
Is there any more questions on the approve the deeds and transfers?
No.
I'll make a motion, we approve
Land bank properties.
the properties that we've discussed about, I guess,
Into a land bank.
into the land bank.
Second?
Okay, it's been moved second. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Land bank.
Number 10, approve the annual inventory of properties.
Same thing, isn't it?
It is, except it includes 838 South F, which was not on the deed of transfer.
Okay,
I so move we approve the annual inventory of property.
I'll second that. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Discuss the land bank sales plan.
We did.
We jumped the
Yeah,
gun
we
a little bit on that one.
We just did.
But that's
Yeah.
publishing the inventory one time per year, having staff discuss it if anyone is interested,
Okay.
and then forward that to all the local realtors and offer them a small commission should they sell one of them.
And Josh said that, Kenyon, since you came in late, that he's gonna have a website with those on there too. Well, is there any other questions? before we close this meeting?
I so move the adjourn
I
the
second.
land bank.
Okay, it's been moved and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye.